Yeah, that's a very, very good question to start with because, as I mentioned earlier, the retail space is something that is very, very close to our heart. In fact, we have over the years, particularly in the space of finance, operations, sales, and marketing, we have built a lot of tools. If you take finance and operations, we had tools specifically for billing, accounting, um, inventory management, and several others. In fact, we also launched POS devices also. Today, Zoho also sells POS devices. We are a payment aggregator ourselves. For example, we are an RBI authorized payment aggregator. All these things we have built, and now what we also have done in the recent past is we launched an ERP specifically for the retail segment. So, as if so you have been following the retail space for quite some time, and we all agree that retail is at an inflection point. So much of the focus over the years was on digitization, adding more channels, including commerce, integrating marketplaces. Today, the question is somewhat shifted. Retailers are no longer asking how to sell more, they are asking how to operate better while staying profitable as well as resilient. So, this shift from expansion to operational discipline and intelligence is that's how it's shaping our finance and operations suite also is evolving in tandem with that. I think I just mentioned earlier, we actually launched an AI native ERP backbone that is substantive of finance, inventory, fulfillment, commerce, payments as one system. So the real transformation is more from integration to orchestration. Every transaction, regardless of where it originates, whether it's online or through a network like ONDC, flows through a single system, impacting inventory, fulfillment decisions, and financials in real time. So that's very, very critical, right? In modern retail, where margins are tight and decisions cannot be delayed. I think let me clarify. Omnichannel is not just about presence; it is about continuity. I mean, today, if you see the way I consume books is, for example, I read something on my Kindle in my mobile phone. Then I leave it at some place. When I go home, I pick up the Kindle device, and then I want a quick reference, the same book or something I can read on my laptop. So it's about continuity. The same applies to retail as well. So customers move fluidly across touch points. And increasingly, demand can originate from decentralized networks like ONDC. From a retailer's perspective, this creates a fundamental challenge. How do you ensure that every interaction across stores, e-commerce, marketplace, and networks behaves like part of the same business? So the same experience, same continuity you need to provide. Zoho addresses by treating all channels and demand sources as inputs into one unified operational system. Inventory, pricing, orders, customer data remains synchronized in real time, while fulfillment decisions are dynamically optimized. I mean, at the end of the day, it is not just a better customer experience, which obviously is very, very important. Operational coherence comes along with that, and the back end rate remains consistent while the front end becomes more. Multitude of challenges retail faces today. One, if you take retail challenges are deeply interconnected. If, for example, if you don't have real-time inventory visibility, that affects your fulfillment speed, working capital, customer satisfaction. Supply chain disruptions impact availability and margins, and demand volatility creates planning uncertainty. And today's world, right? So uncertainty is the norm. So for a long time, we had some kind of a stable this thing that's not going to happen, and retail is the first place where you will see the immediate impact. And even beyond this, right? If you take uh, retail inefficiencies, can be, you can classify it as labor, for example, labor availability, rising costs, complaints, training of retail staff. Um, and that could that's all result of could be a result of poor technology as well. Uh, for example, merchandising challenges, for example, essentials placed at back to boost sales, uh, uh, national planograms, right? They many times design in one place, ignore local needs, poor planogram execution, many things. And again, inventory, if it is low accuracy, reliance on flawed scan or system creates, it overstates availability, all those things. And similarly, replenishment, inefficient truck to shelf process, excess stock return to back, IT outdated systems, e-commerce, for example, losses from slow picking, bad data, poor customers, multiple challenges retail faces. And so I think one is important again point is many times it could be a design problem and not set of isolated issues. You need to unify inventory, procurement, warehouse, sales, payroll data, everything, so that visibility improves, and supply chain decisions become more responsive through automation. And of course, today we have AI also. Also, you need to address the underlying system so that you can maximize the benefit of AI. We all know, right? Retail is definitely entering a new phase, moving from automation to agentic commerce. So just that means that AI systems are not just limited to recommendations, increasingly capable of taking actions within defined guardrails, monitoring inventory and triggering replenishment, adjusting pricing or promotions dynamically, automating procurement decisions, identifying, resolving operational anomalies, fraud detection, and I mean, there's a lot that's happening. However, I would also like to caution that autonomous action without control introduces more risk. And this is where I believe our recent launch of Zoho ERP becomes critical, because Zoho provides the deterministic backbone. It provides the rules, workflows, approvals, financial controls within which AI can safely operate. So the future is autonomous retail systems, but controlled autonomy.
Yeah.
So the combination of structured systems with embedded intelligence is what enables retailers to scale efficiency without compromising governance. This is a very well-crafted question, because for a company like Zoho, partnerships are very, very critical, particularly in the retail space. We actually have multiple kinds of partners programs. We have a consulting program where consultants, partners who have experience with ERP and other systems implementations step in. They identify what are the requirements for that particular retail organization, and try to maximize the value of Zoho's solution. Then we also work with finance specific partners like chartered accountants in India, CPAs. It's one is about technology. It's also about what are the key metrics you need to look at it. There's a lot of things that we as a technology company can do, but for example, do you need to look at the sales number? Do you need to look at a discounted FCF or future cash flow? For me, for a retailer, the discounted FCF is very, very critical.
Yeah.
So who can provide? I mean, even if the system provides, right, we can nudge retailers to take a look. But unless you have a expert financial partner here, you won't probably derive the best out of this. So that's all those things. This is just a crude example I'm giving, but there could be a lot more. And then retailers also, partners become important when it comes to local regulatory and operational understanding, implementation scale and speed. We also work with larger system integrators like Miller, PwC, things like companies like TCS and more. So partnerships are not just about extending reach. They are about ensuring that the businesses can realize value faster, more effectively, regardless of their size, complexity, or geographic location. Yeah, I think one is mid-sized D2C brands are entering a new phase of maturity. Initially, much of the focus was on prioritizing speed, maybe rightly so, launching quickly, adopting multiple tools, experimenting with channels. But they are also realized as they scale, complexity increases, fragmentation becomes a bottleneck. So we are seeing a shift towards more platform consolidation. Greater operational visibility is a big requirement. Embedded intelligence for planning and execution. And systems that scale, actually, you have to future-proof your scaling, both in terms of volume, in terms of complexity, without constantly reinventing your underlying system. So they are looking more for adaptive system, ones that offer flexibility early on and robustness as they grow. So obviously that is one. And then we are also seeing people want resilience inbuilt. They are also looking, as I mentioned, right, more important metrics than just mere growth numbers. Like as I mentioned, discounted FCF and how do you optimize your margins? How do you build it more sustainable? Design future-proofing your compliance needs. These are all becoming very critical. Tail or profit is sanity and cash flow is the only reality. So here, as I alluded to earlier in this conversation, right, retail is definitely undergoing a reset. Growth without profitability is no longer viable. What we are seeing actually is a shift towards real-time margin awareness, where every operational decision is evaluated through a financial lens. And something that we actually focus in Zoho. So by embedding finance directly into operations, every order reflects its margin impact. Every inventory decision affects working capital. Every fulfillment choice carries cost implications.
Yeah.
When finance and operations are unified, profitability becomes a continuous constraint, not a periodic calculation. I think so that is one, and we are also provide real-time analytics, various financial guardrails that are embedded. All those things will help also nudge retailers take the right decision. But the general trend is also to look towards profitability more, not just growth at any cost.
I agree. Yeah.
Correct. This is a very good question because when we say we have a retail offering, what does it mean? So one is today we have Kirana stores using us. We have larger retailers using us. So more or less, it's a different capabilities of these systems that are stress tested. One is you need to also understand that in retail, right, unlike say in some areas like services or something, retail, even the smallest retailer actually is quite complex.
Hmm.
So yeah, so because the neighborhood kirana store still has volumes. He may not have the profitability, he may not have the margins, he may not have the revenue of a larger retailer, but he still, to some extent, mimics the complexity.
Yeah.
Now, so, however, what our offerings actually help the smallest kirana stores actually completely digitalize, and even digitally transform themselves, but at the same time maintain the relationship with us local this thing. See, for example, we also work you take right ONDC. So we work very closely with ONDC, where the neighborhood stores are a part of that, because they don't need to, they may not be able to afford to pay the margins or commissions to larger platforms. Um, and then so for example, your order source can be distributed. So everywhere, each one of them, whether large or small, you need real-time inventory synchronization, consistent pricing fulfillment, financial reconciliation across channels. Because even today, a very small retailer would want uh, to allow orders through, say, WhatsApp, wants to be present in ONDC. All those things are important. For larger retailers, it becomes more about whether the system can scale, whether there is more regulatory things that we need to address. They need more related to taxation. And if you take, right, we are arguably among the very few providers globally who can, uh, let's say something like an order online, right? Online commerce order. When you a single order, I order shoes online today. It's actually under the hood uh, affects around 20-25 different subsystems. First, you need to check whether the shoes are available, which warehouse it's available, what is the best price you can give for this customer, then what is the right tax you need to apply. Then if you're have to send invoices or something for that, whether it's invoicing entry, and then you need to ship it. You need to if there is returns, then you need to handle the returns. And then if a customer wants to probably convert that into a subscription, you need to enable that. There are so many subsystems, and they all need to work in tandem, in unison, like an orchestra, for this order to get successfully executed. And we are among the very few players globally who have built the entire tech stack for that. And so for smaller retailers, the challenge could be different. For larger retailers, the challenges could be different, but we power the tech stack for a retailer regardless of their size. Our vision is to provide a connected operating system for retail, where finance, operations, customer experience are unified. AI enables intelligent and increasingly agentic workflows. Distributed demand can be managed without any kind of fragmentation, and businesses can scale locally as well as globally, while maintaining control with enough guardrails. So basically, ultimately, more than the tools, right? The future of retail will be defined by who can connect, control, and continuously adapt their operations. And that is what the foundation that we want to build.